is a quick introduction to Animaker. This is the dashboard. So I've signed up for Animaker and this is what I can see when I log in. I've got these options here, so I can go into my projects if I've got some already in there, what projects have been shared with me, a brand kit, such as a brand logo if I have one, and if I've collaborated with other people, then that's where that would appear, and manage exports, so if I want to export any of the projects. I like to start with a template when I create a new project rather than start it from scratch. I've got all the templates in here and I can filter them by type if I want. So I'll scroll down a little. If I hover over a project, I can preview it. If I want to hear the sound as well, I can click on preview. I have checked this before and I think I can make use of at least one of these slides. And for that reason, I'm just going to click on use and I will make use of this existing project to create a new one. So we've gone into the project and we can see the first slide or scene as they called in here. We've got another one and a third one as well. If I want to add an extra scene or slide, I can just click on this plus sign. I can duplicate or delete the scene. So if I'm not happy with the third scene, for example, I can click on it and then delete. So now I've got all the different options within the scene. I can see a background which is white but has two triangles on top, and if I want to change any of those, I will just double click, maybe change the movement, maybe change the colors or flip them. There we go. Flip the shape. If I want to change the colors, I have got the option in here. And if I want to change the settings even further, like the entering effect, you can pick any of these, maybe popping from the left or at an angle in all of these options. Or you can add rotation effects. There's also this option for smart move. So if you want that triangle to move within the background, you can click on it. So at the moment it's moving from the left to the right, but if you want any of these movements, you like a U-shaped move, you can apply and you can see how it looks like in here. If I didn't like the smart move, I can just get rid of it. So if I double click on the element that has a smart move going this way, then I can delete. So you see it deletes part of the move. Yeah. If I want to get rid of the shape completely, then I can click on this as well, but I'm going to keep it. So I'm going to apply. Sometimes I might just click on an element and that means I can't get through to the other element. So you might need to move it for the time being to get there. So now I'm able to click on this, but I'm not able to click on the blue triangle. So I'm going to have to move this across as well to get to the blue one. And I can double click and change things around if I want with the options that I've got. Now I can put things back as they were. If I want to perhaps change the person that appears in here, maybe I want to pick a different move for them rather than waving their hand, or maybe change the person altogether. We've got two options, as you can see, on the left and on the On the left, you've got the option to change the person. So just by double clicking on it, this appears automatically, and this does too. So this gives us the option to change the move. I am thinking of changing both of them. So I'm going to change the person first and then change the move. I can just delete this first. Now add a person. So rather than Susan, I'm going to go for Andy. By the way, I just gave them the name Andy. At the moment, Andy's not making any movement. So if I want them to wave hand, for example, I can have a look and see if that is an option here, or just search wave hand. And there we are. I need to change the name by double clicking on it. I want to keep this as it is. But if I want to change anything in terms of color, by double clicking, I can see fonts, effects, enter effects. So we can see the scene, how it looks like here. Now, if I double click on any of these elements, you probably noticed a bar here, which actually is about the duration of this element on scene. So if I want that to be maybe a bit sooner, so I want Andy to appear on the scene before, then I can just adjust this before then what it was already. Or maybe I want him to leave the scene before the end of the slide. So I could adjust it here. And same thing with the text, so you can see them in relation to each other. So the text appears at this point. Hello. So maybe you want the text to appear before Andy appears or after, so you can play with this. The same thing with any of the elements. Now you notice with the text, for example, you've got two different colors of bars. The reason why is that because the actual text is being animated, so there is some kind of movement. As you can see, it's moving from the left to the right in this particular case. And this shows how long that movement is lasting for, from what time to what time. So if you want to adjust it, make it shorter or longer, you can do so. Duration of the elements appearing on screen. If you want to add a video or audio, then you'd be adding it here. So at the moment there is a sound, and if you want it to last not as long as it did, which is for the full duration of the slide, then you can adjust it here, or maybe start a bit later. You can always do so. You can delete it if you like and add a new voice track, soundtrack, voiceover as well, because you can record yourself. So record voiceover if you want to do that, or you can upload your voiceover or do text to speech. So I will actually add a soundtrack. So I'm going to go to the sound tab. I'll add this one instead. So it has been added. And if I want to adjust the volume, because it does sound rather loud, I can do it here. Try it out and then adjust again if I like. I've seen that I've gone into these tabs on the left. If you want to add a new template, which wasn't the case for us because we already had a template that we picked from the dashboard, so we didn't need to change anything. But if you started from scratch, you have the templates here as well, so you can pick any of these. Then we go into the characters. So if we played with this, we looked at this, we changed the existing character from Susan to Andy. Properties. So if you want, maybe you want to add a shape or maybe a particular object, such as a whiteboard or a bag or whatever you want, you can always add it in there. Maybe some new text. Just by clicking on it, it will appear. So double clicking and it is there. There we go. I clicked on it twice. If I want to delete, I can just click on the pin icon, or you can go back. If I want more effects to be added, or the color to be changed, or the space in between the different letters to be changed, then I just double click and I can see the options in the settings. Change the background as well, maybe to an office. Just double clicking on it and automatically changes. I can add extra images and I can add videos as well. One thing that happens when you add a video is that it takes the whole background space, and it goes to the back. So as soon as you actually add the video, if you want to make it maybe smaller in size, you can just click on this icon and then adjust the size of it. So it's going to be appearing here. I will just get rid of this text. Apply first, get rid of the text, and then move that. There we go. So you can see the video there if you want. Now, not the best position, but it just gives you the idea. And then the sound, which we explained, so you can use existing sounds that are available, or upload or record your own voiceover. And special effects as well. So if you want any of these special effects, you could use those. Let's just create one quick scene and add a special effect to see it in action. There we go. There's also the flip option, which you might make use of, or the swap option. So you can swap this with any of the other special effects. So as you can see, this is coming on the wrong way. You can apply it and then flip. Once you're happy with all the slides, you can replay it to make sure everything is okay. And give it a name. And then click enter to save that. It automatically saves the changes. And you can then just publish. So you can download the video, download it as a GIF, publish on social media, YouTube, and so on. Another quick way to share is through the share button. So if you want people to just view it, you can just get a copy of the link. So I'm going to paste it into a new tab, and you can see the sample in here. You can see the project that we've created. If you want to create maybe an embedding link, you can Google for embed code generator, and you put your project link URL in, and it can generate a code for you, which you can then embed into your virtual learning environment. Because I think this is a good opportunity for learners to use, maybe to create a vision board, or maybe for teachers to create some interesting lessons.